Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cox Connections. Brad Grundmeyer, Director of Public Government Affairs for Cox, Louisiana. Thank you so much for tuning into our show. In this segment, one of our, I guess, which is near and dear to everyone here at our company at Cox, is education. As we all know, post-storm, Louisiana, more so New Orleans, has been such I would say, a melting pot. I often call it a petri dish of experimentation. So much has happened. Charter schools, recovery school district, choice. And so much that has not happened in education, and a lot is happening in that area. And one particular focus, which I thought was very interesting, and I thought warranted having a segment on the show, because I find it very interesting, is something that I found out about called leading educators. And here to talk about it, I have two very esteemed individuals, I may say. I have Makiyah Moody, who is the elected director of Leading Educators, as well as Erik, Kelt, who is a dean at Success Preparatory Academy. So thank you both for coming by. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Well, Makiyah, when I first heard about this, I just thought it was fascinating. Everything that Leading Educators is about has a very interesting mission, very strategic approach to working with educators and kind of building our next greatest educators. So tell me a little bit about the history, how it came about in formulating Leading Educators.
So Leading Educators was founded in 2011 as an organization that's headquartered here to support teacher leaders.
Awesome.
So teacher leadership is really important because we believe at Leading Educators that not all school leaders are found in the principal's office, and it really takes a whole team to increase student achievement and get kids the kind of learning and results that we need so that they can be successful in life. So our program focuses on leadership development. We provide monthly trainings, leadership coaching, and peer coaching support, as well as visits to high-performing schools to learn from their best practices.
So what we're talking about is finding these leaders within the schools and kind of nurturing them, or find them maybe outside of this area and then bringing them here?
So we're looking for teachers that are currently working in schools.
Okay.
We want to develop and retain that talent that's there.
Excellent.
So research shows that if teachers have a greater sense of efficacy in their work, that they'll stay longer. And one of the problems that plagues public schools is that there's a high attrition of talented educators. And so by providing this additional support and professional development, we're hoping to keep them in their classrooms and in their schools longer.
Awesome. So now when we talk about professional development, what is the scope of what you guys offer to kind of enhance that, which you were speaking of?
So throughout the course of a 2-year fellowship, which is what Leading Educators offers to these middle leaders at schools, we focus on leadership and management, learning and teaching, and school culture. So within those 3 broad areas, we believe that there are some key practices as well as levers that will drive achievement for students. And so through our program, we focus a lot on initial adult leadership training for the middle leaders that are in our program, so they can have a greater impact as they coach and mentor other teachers in their building.
And it seems to be very impactful. Obviously, we have Erik here, who's when I first met you, Erik was actually in the classroom, as you just said a few minutes before we started. He's always in the classroom, which I love that, at Success Preparatory Academy, one of the charter schools that's in New Orleans. Tell me about how you got involved with this program.
Well, it was my first year in New Orleans, coming down from Brooklyn, New York, to teach. And what actually happened was my principal, St. Clair Adrian, he nominated me for this program, and going through the rigor of the interviews and all that other stuff, through the process of becoming a leading educator myself, it's just a tremendous 2-year cohort of nonstop, rigorous training in all facets of education. So I got leadership training, I got training to make myself a better teacher, I got training to help students, help other teachers, to coach teachers. So that was, the first year was a lot of rigorous training through all facets of education. And then as you get into the second year, it gets more kind of defined in terms of what I want to be, because after that, I'm looking to get into administration. Sure. So I actually had my own coach who came monthly, sometimes bi-monthly, to coach me on my personal goals.
Awesome. Is it hard, Erik, to, because some of us all get into our box of what we want to learn and don't want to, is it hard to kind of absorb and try to learn maybe something that you might have trained yourself? You only, like I have 43 years of bad habits probably, and my wife could never break. So I'm saying, but have you, not bad habits, but habits that were maybe a little hard for you, or is it easier to come with an open mind and approach things and be a big sponge, if you would?
Well, that took training.
Sure.
And I got that from leading educators.
Excellent.
You know, I totally changed the way I think, the way I take feedback, the way I encourage my staff to give me feedback, and
A
the
little
way
eye-opening for you as well?
very eye-opening.
Okay, good.
Very eye-opening. So my shift from where I thought I was going into where I am now, it's night and day. I thought I was, you know, top of the world, but now after going through this 2-year training, my mindset is totally different, and I still demand feedback from my peers at all times to make myself better.
And that's not necessarily something that is good to always get. People don't. People want feedback, I think, but maybe don't want feedback. Is that it seems like it's been easier for you to accept other people's feedback because you know that's only going to make you a better teacher,
Exactly.
better educator.
And it took training and lots of different professional developments through leading educators that got me to that point right now.
I think your approach is the best, Erik, and Makiyah, you'd agree. It's the I want to get better. I want to do this, and so when you succumb to that, then you really open up the door for greater opportunities and greater growth.
I would agree. I think that there's a certain internal DNA or internal compass where
Yep.
there are teachers that are hungry for development and hungry for the supports that their school may not be able to provide. And so through leading educators, Erik is part of a cohort of 33 other teachers
Wow.
representing 22 schools across Orleans, Jefferson, and St. Bernard
That's
parishes.
awesome.
And realizing that everything that works in Orleans Parish may not be the same as what's working in Jefferson Parish, a regular district school. And so being able to really learn from the collective brain and the expertise of the individuals that are in our program is really valuable.
So if someone's watching, maybe an educator, maybe knows of an educator, what would you tell them? How can they maybe get in touch with you or get themselves or someone they might know who might be this phenomenal teacher, i.e. like Erik, and give them that opportunity?
So the best source of information is our website,
Oh,
which
please.
is www.leadingeducators.org.
Okay.
We're actually recruiting for our next cohort right now.
Excellent.
And so our deadline is April 2nd. So if you are a phenomenal teacher or you know of one, then you would need to apply online. There's an online application. The application process also entails a principal endorsement because Leading Educators is partnering with schools to develop their talent. And so the principal must be bought in and endorse that candidate to go through the interview process.
And everything on the screen right now, everybody, leadingeducators.org. Also, you can check them out on by shooting an email at info@leadingeducators.org. And of course, check them out on Twitter and as well as Facebook at Leading Educators. And of course, none of this could happen without some financial support. I'm sure you have grants and all that stuff that you're working on, but if someone's out there right now maybe interested in learning a little bit more, I'm sure financial assistance is always helpful because that provides the programs that make teachers like Erik successful.
Yes, so there's a number of ways that the community at large can support the work of leading educators and thus influence the trajectory of students that are across our region. One of them is to join our regional advisory board. So we just launched a board to provide support as well as strategic guidance as we expand our program and try to sustain our program here.
Excellent.
If there are corporations that would like to sponsor fellows, then we have a campaign in that area to provide financial support. And there's no amount that's too great or too small to actually further this work.
Yeah, just getting on board and showing your support is that you're saying yes to this. So whatever you can do, however large or small, make sure you do it. It's going to be well worth it.
Yes.
Excellent. We have a screen we can give you of all the information. Again, donate offline. Your tax deductible gift may be mailed to Leading Educators, Inc. at 3416 Canal Street in New Orleans, Louisiana, 70119. Your check stub or cancellation check is your receipt. Always great tax deductible. We love that. Can't help you this year for your taxes, but definitely help you for next year's. And of course, leadingeducators.org is the website. Great information, and it's a program that is just really making an impact and making some great headways in our community, and all for the right reasons, which is fantastic. Erik, congratulations to you, my friend. Continued success.
Thank you so much.
And
Appreciate
we'd love to bring you back on and see where you are, the great work you're doing at Success Preparatory Academy, and your capacity. Congratulations
I would love
to you.
to come back.
Absolutely. And Makiyah, congratulations. Glad to have you here, and
Thank you.
great job on this program, really making a difference. We like to hear about that.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for coming by. Erik, good to see you again,
Thank
my
you,
friend.
sir. Pleasure.
All right, everybody, that wraps up this segment for Cox Connections. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.